What's up guys, my name is Ace, and with yesterday's big update as well as the activation of the Shamrock and Awe event, the Volkssturmgewehr was nerfed. Now according to the patch notes, this is the only weapon that was nerfed. I've been hearing reports of potentially stealth nerfs on other guns. I've done some basic testing, and everything else, at least the stuff that people were talking about, appears to be exactly the same as before the patch. But the Volkssturmgewehr was definitely nerfed, and they actually mentioned this in the patch notes. And this nerf was to its recoil as well as its damage ranges. So today I'm going to be going over these changes in great detail. The first change, which is the recoil, let's just have a look at it before and after. On the left is going to be pre-patch, on the right is post-patch. And as you can see here, not a really significant change by any means, but you can definitely see that there is a difference. You have more view kick here. Also, the magnitude appears to be a little bit higher, so the gun will kick up more. And it's also important to note, after the first several shots, it has a tendency to jump to the right just a little bit. And while that did happen a little bit before the patch, it's definitely exaggerated now slightly more after the patch. Having said that, this is still a very controllable gun. It's pretty much straight vertical recoil for the most part. And honestly, recoil still isn't going to be much of an issue with the Volkssturmgewehr unless you're trying to challenge people at extremely long ranges. Speaking of ranges, let's have a look at the change they made to the Volkssturmgewehr's ranges, and this one was actually very surprising to me. So this is the pre-patch Volkssturmgewehr. It had a 4-shot kill range out to 50 meters, and then beyond 50 meters, it was going to be a 5-shot kill out to infinity. Now let's compare it to the post-patch. As you can see, first off, they cut the 4-shot kill range in half, so instead of 50 meters, it's now only 25 meters. And second, and this is the thing that really shocked me when I saw this in my testing, they added a 6-shot kill range to the Volkssturmgewehr, so it will drop off to a 6-shot kill at 50 meters. Now that's quite surprising, and this might look extremely dramatic when you see this change. However, when you factor in advanced rifling on rifles will double all of your damage ranges, and I even double checked and made sure that it was still working on the Volkssturmgewehr as it was before and as it does with all the other rifles, and this still holds true. You can double all of your range values by using advanced rifling. And what this means is if you pop advanced rifling onto the Volkssturmgewehr, you essentially negate that change that they made to the ranges. Your 4-shot kill range once again extends out to 50 meters, just like it did before the patch, and that area where it drops from a 5 to a 6-shot kill, that extends all the way out to 100 meters. And on every single one of these standard multiplayer maps, there's no such thing as a 100+ meter range. It simply doesn't exist, and if you could somehow manage to find that, there is no way that would ever be a practical line of sight. So essentially what this means is if you use advanced rifling on the Volkssturmgewehr, it negates that change that they made to the range. And also, I should point out, if you used a grip on the Volkssturmgewehr, it kind of negates that recoil change as well. Although I would say that grip is not necessary even post-patch. Like I said, it's still a very controllable gun. Still pretty much a laser beam if you know how to control recoil in this game, which is pretty easy to do with this one. So all in all, what they essentially did with the Volkssturmgewehr is they made it so it's slightly reliant on an attachment, and this is advanced rifling. I wouldn't recommend using the Volkssturmgewehr anymore unless you are running advanced rifling, and this basically eliminates one of those attachment slots for you, and I think this was an okay way to balance this gun. The time to kill is still great because they didn't touch the rate of fire at all, and everything else seems to be exactly the same, so it's still a very good choice for the rifle category. The only downside now is you pretty much have to rely on that advanced rifling attachment. So in my opinion, I think this was an appropriate change to the Volkssturmgewehr. I didn't feel like it was too ridiculously overpowered before the patch, although I did acknowledge that it was definitely the best rifle in the game. Now I feel like this brings it a bit more in line with the other rifles without completely destroying the gun and making it so nobody will ever use it again. That's just my opinion though. I'd like to know in the comment section below, what do you guys think of this post-patch Volkssturmgewehr so far? Do you think it was too much or not enough? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.